Hey YouTube, this is Soul Prime 13 and we're doing a review of the Transform and Rollout Commander of Stars, a not Cybertron Optimus Prime. So I have looked at some videos since I did my first impressions, and I've heard that this guy does have quite a few quality control issues and tendencies to break. So he's probably just going to sit on a shelf after I do this review. And again, mine already came with a busted hand, but they had an entire set of spare fingers in there. Overall, his transformation is simple, and despite what I've heard, he does feel solid, but yeah, again, his hand came broken, and I've heard he has trouble with ratchet joints and stuff. But he definitely looks good. Gotta pick him up here. Got some nice silver there, some sort of dark bronze on the wheels, some silver. He does have a fair bit of die cast. He's quite hefty. Some white there for the ladder pieces. Some orange and silver for the front. Some yellow on these lights. And then the back is pretty plain. There's some gunmetal here. Overall, he does look nice. As for a comparison, here he is next to, let's get the trailer in there. Here he is next to Earthrise Prime. So lining them up, you can see that he is substantially bigger. Not to be too surprising, this is a mainline leader versus a third party. And of course we want to compare him with the official release of this figure from, I think it was a War for Cybertron trilogy. But yeah, you can tell that he is significantly larger still. And actually, let's get some other angles in here. And you can see the guns are kind of flip-flop there. Trying to get them in the whole shot, but the camera doesn't like to get that much range. Trying to stretch and reach out and do this. But yeah, I'll get him out of the way. For accessories, he does come with this Cyber Planet key, which is painted with some gold, and it has an Autobot symbol on it. And it does have a magnet for some light up features. We'll show off the two guns. If you do this here, you got some blinking. If you tap it again, blinks slower. And again, to shut it off. Oi. Oh, solid there. There we go. And for the other side, I don't want to get the whole gun in view because, yeah. And then again, go slower. And solid. And then off. But that's it for the special feature of that. As far as the guns go, they are on movable arms. Ratchets are kind of tight there, but yeah, you can move them around. There we go. This part does come off, so he does have his handheld blaster if you so choose. It's the usual peg in palm kind of thing. peg that back in. He also has these 2 missile launchers here on the sides. So there's that. And if you want, these guns do kind of move out to the sides. So I guess that's the articulation, so to speak, for the vehicle mode. He does roll really well, and he does have rubberized tires. Now I think to move on, we will detach his trailer. You just kind of want to get these out of the way and pull these wings out. And you just kind of want to separate these sections from his legs. And it'll just come right off. Put him off to the side here. And for this, there is, I forgot to show it off before I took him apart, but yeah, if you pull up on this and bring it out to the side, as everything starts falling apart. You can do his like flying truck mode and all that, and you can bring these up and over the wings if you so choose. That's not really a thing I'm going to be doing. I'm probably just going to be displaying him in his super mode anyway, but that is a thing you can do. And there's also, I believe, goes. Oh, trying to. It's hard to keep this thing in the shot since it's so wide. This is why I can't do Titan reviews as much as I'd like to. So yeah, I think it was something like this is like there's supposed to be a battle emplacement mode. Again, it's not something that I'm gonna use, but if you so choose, it is there. Okay, this thing's just coming apart on me. Alright, we'll just put that to the side and put these to the side. But let's focus on the actual truckness here. Obviously without the trailer over it, it does look a little awkward, but you know, I'm pretty sure that that's true for the original one as well. But he's got die cast here. Pretty much all the shiny bits are chrome. His toes are chrome. He's definitely got some in the legs. He is definitely very hefty. But yeah. And to transform him, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to split the legs, and we're going to flip up the toes. Then this part you want to bring around. Now on the video, a few of the videos I saw, he had some tabs here. I'm guessing those were removed and this is like a secondary release, and maybe they improved some of the other quality control stuff. I can't say for sure. But yeah, there definitely was tabs on some of the older videos I saw. But yeah, you just bring that up against the back, and there you have his leg. Rinse and repeat. Bring it up, bring it down, fold it in. There's that. So now we have Truckman. You're gonna bring it down here and a ratchet at the waist. And while we're here, we do need to open this section. And he does have a matrix of leadership. And it does also, he does have this matrix, which, nice translucent blue, silver, and orange. And it does also have the light up, the wrong side, the light up that's really bright. But yeah, and so yeah, just stick that back in there. That falls out pretty easy. But you want to bring this panel down, and then when you bring it back up, it's going to bring his abs out. Then we can fold these window panels to get his window chest tip pieces. And then for this front of the cab, you pull it out like so. And then you just sort of split it down the middle and bring it out to the sides. Then we are going to open this back panel and we can flip up his head. Then we can bring this section down and rotate it like so. Bring this section down, straighten it out. Then you push his arms in like so. And the shoulders can be angled how you wish. Come on. Okay, that joint feels way tighter than it should. There we go. Bring his crotch piece up. And then, I usually do this from the back, but these sections here on the side. Come on. There we go. We'll unpeg. Just gonna. There we go. I'm supposed to do that before I folded the arms in. If I can get that down. Okay, bring these to form his hip skirts, and then these panels will fold down like so. Okay. Yep. Yep, there goes the ratchet in his arm, I think. I don't know. I heard that was where some of the breakage was the shoulder ratchets. Feels like it's on a friction joint, but I don't know. Like I said, he's going straight to the display shelf after this. You want to flip out this panel and fold out his hands. I did put this review off for a couple days because I wanted to fix his finger, because it was his middle finger that was flopping around. So, but yeah, you can, you know, fold out the hand and all that if you want. Same on the other side. Fold out this panel, fold out his hand, and all that. But there we have him in his robot mode. And he does have a whole face swapping gimmick. I am very much a fan of faceplate Prime, but I do believe he is supposed to have his mouth in his standard mode. So, but yeah, again, I like the faceplate. The faceplate is what I know, and it's what I'm sticking with. So, faceplate Prime for me. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, he does have a wrist hinge, fully articulated fingers. Again, his shoulders can 360. These are on double hinges and can be angled however you want. Hip skirts can move forward and back and side to side. He does have, pretty sure, oh no, it's for the other way. He does have 90 degrees of elbow. He does technically have a wrist swivel, but it's this whole section, so this piece gets in the way. The hip skirts can move up and down, and the whole crotch piece can move around. He can move his legs that far back, can kick most of the way forward. He does have a double jointed full range knee. And he does have some ankle tilt. Oh, and before I forget, his head can look up and down and completely unfold and be super weird, and he can look at you from behind. But yeah, it is also on a swivel as well, and he does have these ear things for super mode. But yeah, there is that. But yeah, going back to fixing his hand, fortunately none of the ball joints broke off. I have heard people had that issue. For me, when the finger was loose, I just kind of went in there with a tiny bit of super glue on a toothpick. stuck the finger in there, moved it around, pulled the finger back out, and then let it dry so it wouldn't get stuck in place, and then put it back in the next day for anyone who might have that problem in the future. Again, he looks nice. You can see, pretty much the same details from truck mode. His pretty bare back, but that's because, he's going to have a backpack in the form of his trailer. Some nice details. And I guess now we can do a bit of a size comparison. Okay, for our first size comparison, we'll put him next to Earthrise Prime. I'll pick the camera up just to get them both in the shot. So there's that. Excuse me. Here he is with Cybertron Hotshot. So yeah, there's that. And then of course here he is with the base robot from the official version, and he's very G1ified, and you can definitely tell that he is not very faithful to the original in this mode. But yeah, that's how they stack up. But let's move on to the super mode. Bring back in the trailer bits. So, first thing we want to do is we're going to take these pieces, and they just plug into the trailer here on these posts. You do want the screw side facing outward on the trailer. That's how they connect properly. Kind of sucks having the screw holes exposed, but it is what it is. So to start, you're going to come to these parts on the back of the leg again. You're going to bring it down, fold it around, and bring it underneath and tab it into the bottom of the foot, giving him super big feet. Do it again on the other side. Come on. There we go. And then his actual feet will slant down and clip in like that. Then, as he tries to fall over, we're going to bring this, and you want to make sure that the hinge on the side is going into this slot. But you'll see there's plenty of tabs and slots, and you just squeeze it into the back, connect it at the foot, and then you can bring this and just fold it around and cover up that gap. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Bring it together and bring it all together. Swing that around, cover up the gap. And now he has the most impressive boots this side of the galaxy. There's that. Now for the trailer, we're just going to move this guy out of the way because I'm going to need the room. Again, there's a little tab here, right there. I don't know how well you can see that. Right there. That will hook in here, so you want to make sure that you're pushing up and then bringing it out to the side. I'm going to bring this whole assembly 180 like so. And for the guns, you just kind of want to leave them be for now. You're going to fold up these and then fold out these handles. But yeah. Now to get him ready to put this on, this is the part I don't like, is that you have to do a little bit of squeezing past things, and that's always a tolerance issue thing that I worry about. But you're gonna okay, this is why I need a tripod. We're just gonna bend your knees and bring you down a little ways. But yeah, we're gonna, you want to pull his arms out. Come on. Yeah, it's not gonna stay up very well. But you are going to sort of bring these big square tabs that the feet pieces were pegged into these slots of where his arms move in the back. So you're just gonna do that and bring that forward, and then it'll, hook over his shoulders. Now the part that I don't like is you have to sort of bend these as you push the arm back into place and get them hooked over that tab right there. Which, there we go. It's also even worse trying to get them back out, but we're not showing that right now. So, but it is something to keep in mind. So we're gonna push that in, bring that down, there we go. And of course you fold out his super mode ears. Now I get him to stand back up. Now, as far as the guns on the trailer go, it's really up to you how you want to display them. You can have them over the shoulder. I totally forgot to mention, you want to push these wheels on his feet up. They do move up and down in between vehicle and robot mode. So yeah, you want to push those up. Otherwise he might try and skate away. You can put this over his shoulder like so. Obviously there is a way for it to come down and under and him to hold it. There is a handle. Getting the angle right on those is kind of a pain in the ass, but you can do it. Because it's on the box. I know it's a thing that the official version can do. I am telling you about it because it is going to take way too much time to try and get it together. I've tried to do it on my own. It took forever and it only sort of worked. It's a thing you can do if you want to. I really don't want to. But yeah, like the arms have plenty of mobility. Personally, I am probably just gonna keep them over the shoulders like so. Try and get him a wider stance here. And he is a bit back heavy in this mode. No, I forgot he has that one click of ab crunch, which actually does help him balance forward a bit. But yeah, there we go. And these guns, they can rotate up like so. It does expose that gap in the side, but I mean, if you're posing the guns forward, you're probably looking at them from the front, so I don't think that's too big of a deal. And honestly, if it weren't for the quality issues, I would love messing with this guy. He's got a simple but fun transformation. He feels really solid, but I guess he's just not as solid as he appears to be, which is a bummer. I mean, he's a great figure. If the quality was better, I would love messing around with this guy. I'm not even that super familiar with the Cybertron Prime, but gosh, he looks great. And he has quite the impressive wingspan. I mean, I'll show it again. Like, there he is next to the Titan Guardian robot. So he has quite a presence. But we'll do a couple more comparisons here. So again, here he is with Earthrise Prime, who basically comes up to the bottom of his crotch. Boy, is that awkward. We got Cybertron Hotshot again, who comes up to like his mid-thigh. And keep in mind, I'm not even standing this guy up straight. Things are falling. And of course, we gotta get him in here with the official one. And having him grab the guns like this is a lot easier for this one. I think it has something to do with the way these handles are on a slider. The handles on this one do have a little bit of angle to them. They can move around a bit, but it's still just a complete pain in the butt to get him to actually hold them. One thing I do want to show off before we wrap up here is, like I said, he can hold his blaster in his hand, so I do at least want to show that, since I'm not gonna go through all the hassle of putting his big cannons into his hands. But it is just the tab in palm, like I mentioned. If I can get it to cooperate. Get that wrapped around there. So there is that. And of course the little light up gimmick still works. Pew 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 pew. And to change the batteries, again they are CR927s. This cap just pulls off and just right in there, and the cap just has two little of course it had to land under the camera. There's two little ridges that slide on, so nothing too complicated there. Just wiggle you back in. Actually, I'm just gonna take this out of your hand because I don't want to mess this up. Just plug that back in. And this one is the same. The front of the gun just comes off, and then it has this whole thing. This one takes two, and the matrix, the back of it just pops off, and it takes one battery, so 4 in total. If I can get this to go back in. There we go. Oh yeah, and I think I forgot to mention, like I said, this one has the rockets on the side, and this one does have that opening up thing that I believe was present on the original. So there is some display options there, and again, he does look really good. I wish that he was a little less prone to breakage, because he's a fun figure, he looks great, but if he's gonna break, I don't want to mess with him a whole bunch. And I have tried overall to avoid figures I know that are gonna break and just end up being shelf display pieces, especially third party, because they're so expensive. But I was not aware of that when I purchased this guy. But he does look good, and if at the very least you're a big fan of the Galaxy or Cybertron Optimus Prime look, and you're looking for a big fancy display piece for that, this guy will certainly do you good. I know that there, or at least when I ordered this guy, there was a metallic paint version on the horizon. It was a lot more expensive, so that's why I opted to just get the regular one. But you know, if this is your thing, you could do worse. I do hope that in the future there might be one that's a little more high quality, or you know, less prone to breakage. But overall, he looks great. I can say that with absolute certainty. He looks great, and he does have a nice heft to him. So due to the fragile nature of some of his joints and whatnot, I can't give him a super high score. I'd probably have to, if I'm being brutally honest, I probably can't give him any higher than a 4, because he's really not much more than a posable statue, really. But he looks great, so there is that. So that is my review for the Transform and Roll Out Commander of Stars.